This is Addie Kittleson, and you're listening to the Bomber Buzz.
It's a great day in the Bomber Nation. You're listening to the Bomber Buzz, a podcast coming right out of here out of Berthold Public School. I'm Principal Jacob Jenkins. Joining me here today, as usual, is Dean of Students, Mr. Paul Rudolph. Paul, how are you doing?
Doing fantastic. Doing fantastic.
I should mention that we are recording this early this week, as I'll be out for a conference. So normally we record it on a Thursday or Friday, but we're recording on Tuesday today, so something a little different.
Something a little different. So there's a few answers we don't have, right, as we move into next week. Next week is FFA week here at the school, and one of those rare weeks where there's just not a lot happening, really, in all honesty.
It's really quiet.
Yeah, like we don't have a boys game scheduled for next week. There's not a boys game. They got kind of a week off, not a week off, but a week of preparation is a better way of putting that.
Yes.
The girls' district basketball tournament will kick off on February 11th. We will not play on the 11th. Congratulations to our girls team. They finished a perfect
season. How great is that?
Perfect 10-0 in the district, and will be the number one seed. That we meet, since we're doing this early, we meet tomorrow morning, Wednesday, to solidify things. I would assume we would play February 13th, Thursday, February 13th at 3:00. That would be my guess.
You can watch the live feed. We'll definitely be sending that out on the live feed so that everybody knows when that game is.
Correct. But it'll be at the auditorium, and it should be at 3:00. And then, win or lose, we'll play on the 14th. Win, we'd play the first evening game, which would probably be right around 6:00. I guess if we were, unfortunate and didn't win on the 13th, we'd play the first game again on Friday. Which would be the 3:00 game again. And then obviously there's no school on Friday, the 14th.
Right.
We've got those days off. The 14th is off. The girls regional wrestling tournament is in Watford City on the 14th. So we have 4 of our students that'll be involved in that. And then the boys regional wrestling tournament is on the 15th, along with that would be championship day and region qualifying day on the girls side of the district on the 15th as well. So a lot going on the, obviously with the district tournament.
Yeah, you get to that weekend and then it's
the 14th, 15th, 13th, 14th, 15th will be a busy district girls tournament. But like I said, there's not a lot. The boys don't play this next week here. They've got a week of preparation. So, and then along with FFA week, that's kind of what's happening. Oh, we got an early out on Wednesday. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. But otherwise that's pretty much what's going on.
Yeah, also on the 12th, our juniors will be taking the ASVAB. We do that every year, and so they'll be taking that on the 12th. And for those who are interested, ACT will be on March 12th, which is also an early out. So
March 12th as the ACT.
We've been doing ACT prep at the school already, but, if you have a junior, and just know that in about a month they'll be taking the ACT, and they have access to ACT prep resources that they could do at home if you want to go through those with them. They should all know how to log in because they've done it multiple times here at the school. So lots of resources there. So right on.
Yeah. Always some exciting things going on in the legislature when you read about that.
Yeah. So there's a lot of these, I guess they're kind of voucher type bills right now that would want to take public money to use for private school, essentially, is my take on it. I'm speaking purely as myself, not as a representative of the school, but it would allocate funds that normally go to public schools and allow them to also go to private schools as a public school. That's concerning to us. And I think, Mr. Lautenschlager talked about that in his interview as well, touched on school vouchers and things like that. And, I think there's 6 different bills dealing with that, if I remember right.
Yeah, there's a handful I know because I read a few last night. When
they
I was,
all have kind of slight variations on how they work. I think it's worth looking into,
Yeah.
And, small district like us, we depend on that money to keep rolling, and we try to use that wisely as we can for all of our students and provide the best kind of programming and different things that we can. So that's important to us.
Mm-hmm. Without a doubt.
So
yeah, but I mean, that'd be the other thing that I always keep an eye on is just what's happening in the legislature.
That's right. And just know you can write our representatives. If you don't know who they are, you can just hop on to the North Dakota legislature. You can just look up who your legislatures are in your district. In Berthold, we're District 4B, I believe. And you can find those out, and, you can write to them. You can submit testimony as well if you're so inclined, or even go down and talk. But that's some of the interesting things. There's a 10 Commandments bill that's going around that would require the 10 Commandments to be posted in every classroom. Some virtual learning things. Trying to think what else there's just a lot.
Yeah.
It really seems like a lot. So trying to keep it all straight.
Seems like a lot of cultural things.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but, definitely encourage people to check out what's going on. There's going to be a lot of things. So non-school related, I saw that they, was it just passed on the one side for the speed limit increase?
Oh, I missed that one.
Yeah. They're up on the speed limits.
Really?
Yeah. 5.
So we're going to 80.
Going to 80 on,
going to 80 on the interstates?
I think it's just interstates, but it might be state highways as well. I can't exactly remember. So.
Oh, wow. Gosh, that's a little high. 70 on a highway, I think, but.
Yeah, people want to get places, I guess.
80, I mean, most people drive right around 79, 80 anyway on there, I guess, but as long as 80 doesn't turn into 85.
Well, that's where you start to get into trouble. So that was interesting to me anyway, but there's a lot of things right now and going to be for the next while. So,
wow. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll probably have more examples as we get on.
We might have to get Mike back on. And
I think so. I think he'd appreciate talking about some of these things.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. All right. Well, we got a pretty strong episode here today. We got a senior spotlight. We're meeting with Carter Finke. He's been on the Bomber Buzz before. You've probably heard him talking about FFA. Well, today we're going to find out more about him in his senior spotlight. So stick with us. Sidelines Bar and Grill, located in downtown Berthold, is your go-to for a tasty meal and a cold drink. Come on down for lunch or after a hard day of work. From burgers and wraps to chicken strips, mozzarella sticks, and more, Sidelines will fill you up and satisfy your cravings. Enjoy great friends and conversation over a refreshing beverage or two. When you're looking for somewhere to relax, Sidelines Bar and Grill has you covered. Sidelines Bar and Grill is a proud sponsor of the Bomber Nation.
This is Janae Gravison with your fun fact for the week. Did you know when the Oreo was invented? It was invented in 1912. Now you know.
We're back on the Bomber Buzz, and joining us this week for our senior spotlight is Carter Finke. Carter, thanks for coming back on the Buzz. Your old hat at this.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you are. I mean, you've had to been you were the voice of the FFA program there for a little while, telling us about different things. And
yeah, well, just kind of like to, tell everybody how it's going and, how we're doing in FFA.
Yeah, exactly. No, we're excited to have you. Well, tell us a bit about your parents and your family.
Well, my dad's name is Todd Finke, and my mom's name is Kelly Finke. I got 3 siblings, Abby, Anna, Kaysen. And that's about it.
Dad's a grad?
Yeah, he graduated.
Dad's an alum?
Yeah, he graduated from Berthold when he was, back in his day. And then my mom graduated from Minot High, so that's pretty interesting. 2 sisters and a younger brother. Yep.
Here we go.
Yep.
You guys got a favorite family activity or something that you do that you really like, admire, or anything like that?
I don't really got a favorite one. Just I like it when we're all together for the holidays and stuff like that. And we can all hang out.
It's a good time.
Yeah, pretty fun time.
Yeah. You got something you do particular that you like when it comes to that?
So we usually go to grandparents' house or whatever, and then, they always got fun games and stuff. And so, just kind of enjoy spending time with everybody.
Yeah.
It's good. Let's talk a little bit about when you were young. What did you imagine yourself becoming?
Oh, I had a lot of career things when I was younger. The main one was like paleontologist. I wanted to do that sort of thing.
Paleontologist.
Yeah, I really liked dinosaurs as a kid, but then then I wanted to be a race car driver at one point. I think I watched cars as a kid like all the time. So
I believe that.
Yeah, so race car driver was always on the option. Then scientist was always one, but I don't know, that one wasn't as long lived, I guess.
A short stint.
So tell me a little bit about what was your favorite dinosaur?
Oh, I had a bunch of them. I don't even know if I could tell you. There was, I don't even remember.
You weren't a big T-Rex fan, or?
I thought they were cool. I guess I just didn't. I don't know if that one was my favorite one, but I bet you it was the Spinosaurus. I don't know if you know that one, but
the Spinosaurus.
Yeah, it's got a big old spine on the back. I bet you that one was probably my favorite. So
aptly named.
Yeah.
Gotcha. A paleontologist. That's the first we've heard. I don't think we've had paleontologists yet.
No, that's pretty cool.
I always thought it was just kind of interesting and stuff. So.
Yeah,
for sure.
I like it. And then a race car driver.
Yep. Yeah.
Did you have a favorite race car? Did you have a favorite race car driver?
Not like NASCAR or anything, but Donnie Schatz was always. My mom tells this story. She goes.
Oh yeah.
She goes. She was teaching me, stranger danger, don't get in other people's cars. She goes, now if a guy with a puppy came up and said, hey, I got a puppy in my van, would you like to take a ride with me? And I said, no, I wouldn't go with him. And then she said, well, how about if someone had candy, would you go with them? I said, no, I wouldn't go with them. What if Donnie Schatz had his trophies and was like, hey, kid, come look at my trophies? And then I said, I would go with him. So, yeah, I always thought that was kind of funny. But
that's good.
Yeah.
There you go. Donnie Schatz, if you're listening. That's how to get it.
World of Outlaws, we got a guy here for you.
There you go.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now that you're graduating,
yep.
Where are we at in this whole career thought process?
Well, I've kind of narrowed it down to around 3 sort of careers. I'm thinking either egg salesman, agronomist, or egg teacher. I haven't really decided of which of the 3 yet.
Egg salesman.
Yeah.
An agronomist.
Yep.
Or egg teacher.
Yeah. I haven't really decided which yet. But
those are great choices.
Okay. So something in the egg world.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm just going to, for a while I thought I wanted to be like a diesel mechanic, but then I did a little bit of research and I was like, I think maybe I just want to go back to egg stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, you've been pretty active in the egg sales aspect of FFA.
Yeah, it's a contest that we do, and I really enjoy it. So get to see everybody, hang out with all my friends, and hopefully win a little bit. But we'll see.
Yeah. Well, good. How about an accomplishment? You got an accomplishment that you're really proud of?
Well, I'd probably say being president of the FFA chapter is probably the biggest one. FFA has kind of always been a big part of my life, even though, like, my mom was the old egg teacher here at Berthold before I was even in high school. So, I mean, I've always kind of been around this stuff. So it was just kind of neat to finally make my mark and, like, leave an impact for this sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, that's good. I did notice. I guess I can't let it pass, but you're more on the seed grain side of kind of your career, but you've grown up mostly around livestock, have you not?
What do you mean, like the seed part?
Well, the agronomist.
Oh, yeah. We do both on our farm. We got livestock and we do raise crops and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I love the cows, but sometimes they're so frustrating. I don't know if I could do that for the rest of my life.
Fair enough.
I know I couldn't. Those are the most tail chewings I've ever had in my life, was working cows. So.
Oh yeah, me too. Me too.
Some classics.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
How about extracurricular activities outside of, and obviously huge in the FFA aspect. Any other extracurricular activities?
Well, I played football. I've played basketball my entire high school career, except for, this year. Football, like I said, and then I'm in 4-H, and then there's a Luther League for our church, so I'm in that as well. And that's kind of it, I think.
Well, trap team.
Oh, yeah, trap team, I guess. Forgot about that.
Yeah,
sorry,
trap. You've been pretty involved in that as well.
Yeah, I like trap a lot. It's a lot of fun, so get to hang out with everybody in that. So
Yeah. How about 10 years from now? You got an idea of what a good world would look like for Carter Finke?
Honestly, I don't even think I could think that far. Ideally, I'd like to have a house in 10 years and maybe, but obviously plans might not go that way. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'd like to, probably have a house and then, be done with school, hopefully, and just kind of be on with my actual career, whatever. Hopefully have a better idea when we get closer to the time. So,
yeah. You got a favorite elementary school memory?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. One of my favorites has got to be just playing on the playground with everybody. I always had fun with that, but I don't know if I have like a specific memory I can think of, but there was a lot of good memories made in elementary school.
So recess was one of your
a good one.
More notable ones, though.
Yeah, there was a couple times. There was a time that we were running around and we had this kid in our class named Ace, and we ran headfirst into each other, and I thought that was funny.
Oh no!
Another time.
How did you run headfirst into each other?
I think we were playing tag, and I remember I was coming around the slide, and like his tooth went like into my head.
Oh my gosh!
And it left like a gouge there. But yeah, I thought that was funny.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, but then there's another time we were playing on the monkey bars, right? And one of the big things was jumping from one of the places that you climb off of to the monkey bars.
Yep.
And I saw like everybody doing it. Like Casey was doing it. There was a kid we had, Aiden, he could do it. Clay was doing it when he was still at school. Everyone was doing it. So I was like, oh, I want to try it. So eventually one day I worked up the courage to do that. And I jumped, and then I got my fingertips on the bar, and then I slipped and then fell face first into the wood chips when we still had wood chips. So
yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
How about junior high memory?
Oh, junior high memory. It was funny when Clay, when he was still in school here, he shoved a paintbrush in the hair dryer at art, and we almost burned down the school. So I always thought that was funny.
Go back on that one again now.
So Miss Eigelhart, the old art teacher here, turned away, and Clay, I don't know what he was doing. I think he was trying to clear out like the filter of the hair dryer to get more like airflow going through it. And so he was sticking a paintbrush down in there to try and like clear it out and stuff. And the paintbrush got red hot. Like it was starting to glow. And Miss Eigelhart saw that, and she started breaking down in tears and crying all over. And it was funny. I always thought that was funny.
Okay.
It's a good memory right there.
Sounds like it. Goodness. How about high school?
High school? I don't know if I can share some of these. One of my favorites has got to be, just on the football field with all my friends and stuff like that. I always thought that was fun. And then the time when Logan jumped through the ceiling one time, that was fun too.
Jumped through the ceiling?
Yeah. Well, he was trying to like see if he could touch the ceiling with his head, and he jumped so high his like whole head went past the ceiling, and we hit one of the tiles. And I thought that, but that was like a while ago. So
okay.
Yeah.
So he can't get in trouble for it now.
He can't get in trouble for it now.
Statute of limitations is over.
There's a time frame, I think, where eventually you're exempt from it all, I think. But
okay. What will you miss most about the Berthold School?
I'm probably gonna, seeing everybody every day. I mean, I enjoy seeing most everybody every day, so I'm gonna miss everybody when I leave, but then I'll come back and I'll come back to watch some games and stuff. So I'll say hi to everybody at them, and maybe I'll come to a few basketball games or something like that.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
How about what have you enjoyed the most?
What have I enjoyed the most?
At the Berthold School.
That's a good question. Just, making friends with everybody, and, my class, we've all grown up together the whole way. So just kind of seeing everybody grow, I think was a fun one, and just kind of seeing like where we were to where we are now. So yeah, got a good group of people in that class. So
yeah, agreed. You do. You got any advice for that younger kid that was running around the playground, coming around the slide and running into? You got any advice for that guy?
I got a couple pieces of advice. First of all, take college classes like as a freshman and then second of all, start filling out scholarships as a freshman, because you won't regret it later. And third of all, I don't know. I'd probably, if I got to hang out with my younger self, I'd probably be a little weirded out by him. So I'd just probably tell him to quit. Yeah.
Be weirded out by him.
Around.
Yeah, just quit messing around, dude. But I mean, you're young, so you have the opportunity. So probably I'd just tell him that everything's probably going to work out in the end. Don't worry about it. It always does usually. So
Yeah.
As long as you keep your nose to the grindstone. And
yeah, pretty much.
how about you got 3 things in your life you want to make sure you get accomplished at some point in time?
Well, obviously I want to finish college and stuff like that.
Yep.
And then I'd like to be able to like own a little bit of land and like raise not too many cows, but like maybe like 20 or 30 cows, and then have like an actual like a normal job and then there's the cows on the side, and that's probably the second thing I'd want to accomplish. And then 2, I'm not sure. Probably just like have a nice house, you know. I want to build a house one day, so that's probably a big goal of mine.
Okay.
So
Nice.
we'll see how that goes though.
Want to build your own?
Yeah, I think that'd be neat. Just kind of, because there's a few things I've been seeing. I'm like, ooh, that'd be kind of cool to have in a future house. Because I'm kind of starting to look at some of that stuff. But
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, awesome. So I guess I haven't even asked, and we should have asked. But where do we have plans for higher education?
Well, so I'm planning first 2 years. I'm gonna go to BSc and get an associate's in agribusiness, and then hopefully kind of narrow down what I actually want to do with my life. Mm-hmm. You know, as we're there in those 2 years, and then I'll transfer to a 4-year program with you know figuring out more of what I want to do.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we'll see what.
So Bismarck State to start with.
Bismarck State to start with. So
All right.
We'll see.
How do you want to be remembered by your peers?
Just a guy who, you could come to if you needed help, or like a guy who, somebody who, was a nice person, mostly, but.
I think you've accomplished it.
Well, so it depends who you ask, I guess.
I suppose, but you're usually a pretty good guy. How about the faculty?
Faculty? What do I want them to remember me by?
Yeah.
Oh, I just hope they forget everything I was like back in the day.
Were you that bad before?
That bad.
I don't think so,
I
don't think so, but I mean, I know. Depends who you ask, I guess.
I suppose. But you always got a good smile on your face, and
Try
always
to
got
at least. Try to.
always friendly. I mean, what more could we ask?
Right.
Yeah.
How about you? Got anything else you want to add?
Nope. Glad to spend my high school career here, I guess.
Well, yeah,
Well, we're
we've
glad to have you.
we've
Yeah.
been excited, jacked about having you here. Always a pleasure.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Always a pleasure. Well, great. We appreciate you, man. I
Awesome.
appreciate you stopping on.
Yeah, thank you guys for
thanks,
having
Carter.
me.
That was Carter Finke. Stay with us. United Agronomy's mission is to improve the lives of their patrons and their families by offering data-driven solutions that fit each individual acre. From its start with a Berthold office location in the year 2000, United Agronomy has grown quickly to 4 locations in Berthold, Ross, Parshall, and Williston, and continues to expand their partnerships and offerings. From soil testings and crop scouting to custom spray application and fertilizer delivery and more, United Agronomy offers you the farming solutions you need to get the most out of every acre while exemplifying our small town values. Make sure to visit their website or give them a call to find out how they can help you. United Agronomy is a proud sponsor of the Bomber Nation. Well, this has been the Bomber Buzz. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we look forward to seeing you guys again next episode. Taking us out, here is the Berthold Band playing our school song.